Discover the work of 20th century American master architect Eero Saarinen. From the St. Louis Gateway Arch to his whale of an ice hockey rink to airport design and more.
Here's an architect who sees this country as the symbol of all that's new.
He had a sense of the excitement of the future.
Look for the architect who saw the future.
Architecture marking and enhancing man's time on Earth.
Eero Saarinen.
Eero Saarinen was a 20th century Finnish-American architect and industrial designer noted for his near-futuristic style. He was born on August 20th, 1910 to Finnish architect Eero Saarinen and his second wife, Louise, on his father's 37th birthday. Saarinen and his family immigrated to the United States in 1923, when he was 13 years old. He grew up in Bloomfield Hills, Michigan, where his father teaches, and was dean of the Cranbrook Academy of Art. He took courses in sculpture and furniture design there. He had a close relationship with fellow students Charles and Ray Eames, and became good friends with Florence Knoll. Saarinen began his studies in sculpture at the Académie de la Grande Chaumière in Paris, France, in September 1929. He then went on to study at the Yale School of Architecture, completing his studies in 1934. Subsequently, he toured Europe and North Africa for a year, and returned for a year to his native Finland. Saarinen married sculptor Lilian Swan in 1939, to whom he had 2 children, Eric and Susan. He married Aline Bernstein Laugheim, an art critic at the New York Times, in 1954, the year following his divorce from Lilian. They had a son, Eames, named after Saarinen's collaborator Charles Eames. Saarinen died on September 1, 1961, at the age of 51, while undergoing an operation for a brain tumor. He was in Ann Arbor, Michigan, overseeing the completion of a new music building for the University of Michigan School of Music, Theater, and Dance. He is buried at Whitechapel Memorial Park Cemetery, in Troy, Michigan. Saarinen received his first critical recognition for a chair he designed together with Charles Eames in the Organic Design in Home Furnishings competition in 1940, in which they received first prize. The tulip chair, like all other Saarinen chairs, was taken into production by the Knoll Furniture Company, founded by Hans Knoll, who married Saarinen family's close friend Florence Shust Knoll. Eero Saarinen was elected as a Fellow of the American Institute of Architects in 1952. He was also elected as a member of the National Institute of Arts and Letters in 1954. In 1962, he was posthumously awarded a gold medal by the American Institute of Architects. Saarinen was famous for his varying style according to demand of the project's simple, sweeping structural curves. His design philosophy, which he called his 6 pillars or architecture, outlines principles that are as valid today as they were more than 6 decades ago. He was described as an architecture who can see the future for his near-futuristic style. He learned to appreciate the symbiotic relationship between individuals and communities, and come to know that interests of both must be carefully considered in design process. He developed a remarkable range which depended on color, form, and material. He showed a marked dependence on innovative structures and sculptural forms, but not at the cost of pragmatic considerations. He utilized a vocabulary of curves and cantilever forms. The purpose of architecture is to shelter and enhance man's life on earth and to fulfill his belief in the nobility of his existence. Function influence but does not dictate form. I have come to the conviction that one embarks on a concept for a building. This concept has to be exaggerated and overstated and repeated in every part of its interior, so that wherever you are, inside or outside, the building sings with the same message. Over the next 15 years, Saarinen designed many of the most recognizable Knoll pieces, including the tulip chairs and tables, the womb chair, and the 70 series seating collection. Eero, who was known for being obsessed with revision, took a sculptural approach to furniture design, building hundreds of models and full-scale mock-ups to achieve the perfect curve, find the right line, and derive the most pleasing proportions. His designs, which employed modern materials in graceful organic shapes, helped establish the reputation and identity of Knoll during its formative years. Gateway Arch. Built as a monument to the westward expansion of the United States, the arch typifies the pioneer spirit of the men and the women who won the West, and those of latter day, to strive on other frontiers. The arch has become the iconic image of St. Louis, clad in stainless steel, and built in the form of an inverted, weighted catenary arch. Miller House. Miller supported modern architecture in the construction of a number of buildings throughout Columbus, Indiana. The Miller House epitomizes the modernist architectural tradition developed by Ludwig van der Rohe with its open and flowing layout, flat roof, and stone and glass walls. TWA Flight Center. Saarinen's original design featured a prominent wing-shaped departure-arrival corridors, originally wrapped in red carpet, and tall windows enabling expensive views of departing and arriving jets. The concrete shell inspired Saarinen to develop curved-edged ceramic tiles conforming to the curvilinear shapes. Reference. That is all. Thanks for watching.